to all Amazonians. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being there. Thank you. Please, those watching across the world, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button for that you'll be updated as soon as I come online. So please hit the subscribe button for updates. Thank you for watching. So today we have some important issues that we're going to be talking today. So we have seen a lot of issues happening within the struggle, but the most significant issue that happened, that it just passed through and many people did not take note, were the refusal of La République du Cameroun to receive the Canadian delegation. You know, the Canadian delegation promised to keep following up with the mediation process. The Canadian government assigned the Canadian Foreign Ministry to follow up on the Canadian peace process. Okay, Cameroon took to this process thinking that Canada will not take it serious, but to their greatest dismay, Canada said yes, we'll be the mediator. They left Switzerland without any significant reason. We cannot say you leave Switzerland and come and leave Canada. What really makes you, what makes people think that you are really ready for negotiation, okay, is the commitment to commit to the peace process. Before, the government of Cameroon wanted people to think that the Yaoundé failed national dialogue came out with something called special status. Then they will use that special status to fool the people of Southern Cameroon. But all in all, it had no effect. The crisis still stands. There is still ongoing war. There is still the same killing on both sides. So, what does that tell you? It tells you that La République government must commit to the peace process. There is no other answer. There is no other way around. Okay? That is why we are emphasizing on that. Let's listen to the president talk about this thing that the Canadian government wrote the Cameroon government. The Cameroon government refused a visit from the Canadian delegation. Let's take a listen to the president.
This is a breaking story. And it is that, for the second time, Cameroon rejects Canadian initiative. Again, it is a breaking story. And the story centers around Cameroon once more rejecting Canadian initiative to mediate between that country and Amazonia. Today is Saturday, the 8th of April, in the year of our Lord, 2023. I am Chris Anu, your comrade in arms for a free and independent Southern Cameroons, Amazonia. Fellow Amazonians, this is a very critical moment in our crusade for a free and independent Southern Cameroons. I have made it known to you unequivocally again and again and again that those coming to you and telling you that Canada is about to mediate between La République du Cameroun and Amazonia, they are lying to you, they are fooling you. And it is not that Canada isn't interested. Of course, Canada wants to mediate, wants to facilitate a peace process. But the fact which I have stated again and again is that Cameroon has no incentive. There is no motivation for Cameroon to get to the negotiation table anytime soon. The media is reporting, particularly Africa Intelligence has just reported that the Cameroon government denied the visit of the Deputy Foreign Minister of Canada to Cameroon. The report states that the Canadian Deputy Foreign Minister was supposed to be in Yaoundé at the end of March, but at the die minute, the Cameroon government suddenly cancelled the visit. And so the Canadian Deputy Foreign Minister, who was supposed to pay a visit to Yaoundé to discuss about the possible continuity of the Canadian something, could not go to Yaoundé because Cameroon abruptly ended that visit, stopped that visit. That is the story. That is the breaking news. What does that mean to all of us Amazonians? Again, what that means is that Cameroon believe they will kill our people to victory. Cameroon believe they will kill our people to victory. And that is the reason why they are setting up camps, military camps, all over Amazonia, in every small village and town in Amazonia. How do we hold Cameroon to account? Ladies and gentlemen, the only way we hold Cameroon to account is to take the war into their own territory inside Yaoundé, Douala, Bafoussam, Bunda. You can name the rest. That is where we take the war to. And we begin to capture and hold some of our own territories. That is the only way. We also tear down their economic infrastructure in our territory. But the only way to do this, ladies and gentlemen, is to draft. Amazonians, if this pisses you off, that Cameroon has once more stopped the Canadians from visiting Yaoundé to negotiate a possible resumption of that mediation process, then the only option that you have is to show up in the draft on Sunday. Let us draft, take the war into La République du Cameroon, and secure some of our own territories. It is only the destruction, the decimation of Cameroon's own territories and the destruction of their own economy that will force them to any mediation or negotiation table. And the secret to doing this is coming out in anger, in bitterness, to put our money on the table where our mouth is, to make sure we decimate the towns and the cities inside La République du Cameroon, and if possible, capture some of their own towns. We have their neighboring villages and towns. We can capture them also and hold them captive. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are angry as I am, hearing what Cameroon wants to do, please show up on Sunday. Let us draft. Let us draft. Draft for Momo County, draft for Mezam County, draft for Lebia, draft for Manu, draft for Boyo, draft for Meme, draft for Fako, draft for all of the counties in Amazonia, and stop La République du Cameroon. Let us come out and send a strong message to La République du Cameroon that they can build millions of military camps in our territory. They will never conquer us. They will never conquer Amazonia.
That was the president.
Thank you. Please spread this message. God bless you.
That special note. Thank you. special information there. We have listened to the president speaking about those issues which are very important to us. But I want us to take some information from there. Okay. Yes. What is making the Cameroon government afraid of a negotiation process? They have no case. That is the only thing. They have no case. And secondly, they think that they can kill their way through the crisis, which there is no path towards that. Then there is also economic downturn. The crisis, the economic sabotage going on has also caused a lot of economic crisis within the country of La République du Cameroon. So they are looking of ways to get back to AGOA. Okay, they are looking for ways to get back into AGOA. AGOA is those countries that are having ties with the American government. Okay, the American government is having this international trade ties with African Growth and Opportunity Act. That's the meaning of AGOA, where you have those trade ties where you can ship your goods without taxes. Okay, that is the reason why. Remember, Cameroon government was sanctioned by the Trump administration for its poor human rights record. Okay, so all the sub-Saharan African countries that are supposed to be eligible for this AGOA membership are supposed to follow the international human rights policies and laws. Okay, and if you are not, if you are sanctioned, it means that you have failed to comply to those policies. Okay, there are 34 sub-Saharan African countries that are eligible for this AGOA trade benefit. Okay, and since then you have several countries that are joining. Okay, and we have seen a lot of countries that are joining. Okay, in December of 2019, Cameroon lost its AGOA eligibility status. Okay, so from the 1st of January 2020, I remember 2020, yes, Cameroon stopped to have eligibility because the Trump administration said that Cameroon did not respect the human right record. Okay, and that was why the American government sanctioned them for their poor human rights record in Amazonia. Okay, and this has a lot of impact. Okay, because by so doing, this AGOA is for Cameroon to ship these goods. But imagine the goods that are coming that Cameroon has to even ship are all coming from Amazonia, from cassava to plantains, maize, oil, palm fruit, sugar cane, tomatoes, bananas, vegetables. Okay, then if you want to talk about these industrial products, like petroleum production and refining, aluminium production, food processing, light consumer goods, textile, lumber, ship repair, these are things that you can send to America free when you are a member of AGOA. So, because of this crisis, they have lost a lot of opportunity, and they are trying to beg the government of America to reinstate them. Okay, That is why when you see the newspaper, not that one. Let me show this. Where is that? The newspaper that talk about AGOA is saying that the government of Cameroon want to be reinstated into AGOA, okay? And they are giving their reasons, but they said Biya is trying to cajole with their Minister of Economy and Finance and other parties. They are cajoling America, especially the Biden administration, to readmit them into the AGOA membership, which most analysts will tell you it will be very, very difficult, especially when Cameroon still has poor human rights record, because that was the reason first that the Trump administration sanctioned Cameroon. Okay, so let's not forget the main cause of that issue was the poor human rights record, and it's all about the poor human rights record that the country was plunged into that. But there is many avenues that we can look at this. Okay, the economy is going down. The most of the opportunities that Cameroon government had to sell the products that they exploit from southern Cameroon, they don't have that opportunity because most of their routes and the area where they'll go and collect all these things like rubber, plantains, and all these things, it has been blocked. They don't have access no more. Okay, that is why when we talk of economic sabotage, is to sabotage any deal, any way, any means of goods moving from one end to another, especially from Cameroon, from southern Cameroon to the Republic and to other foreign countries. Okay, and that is why we have to look at it at this point. But when we look at the AGOA, it helps a lot of countries, and now Cameroon is missing out from this benefit. I know the African Growth and Opportunity Act has done. We want to thank the Trump administration because it was a very, very good thing to do, and this happened just 2 years after the war started in Amazonia. Those crimes against humanity that happen, and it is very important that we know about those crimes. And since then, it's not been easy for Cameroon government because the trade program and all those opportunity that this AGOA brings cannot be fulfilled in Cameroon, right? That's why they want by all means the reinstated of the program, because they are having a lot of financial problem. Okay, this is what they talk about. Paul Biya Cotis, the USA pour to the Cameroon dans la Gua. It is very difficult. The Cameroon government is suffering economically, and that is why we are seeing all this trouble coming now. Okay, yes, that is why we're seeing all this coming, and we only hope that we are going to emphasize so that Cameroon does not reinstated back to the AGOA. Okay, so what we are saying is that things like those benefits, as the AGOA thing, then this is the number that we say you should call so that they should not readmit Cameroon government into AGOA. Call this number 202-647-6575, and the Twitter handle is there, Assistant Secretary of State of African Affairs. Then call your senator and your congressman. This is our own way to stop the American government to readmit Cameroon government, because the sanction was levied on Cameroon government because of the poor human rights record. Until date, the crisis is still going on. There has been no change. People are still dying, and everything is still going on. So whatever you call your senator or tell them this, okay, that the crisis is still ongoing. There is no headway. People are still dying. The Cameroon government military is still killing the Southern Cameroonian people in their numbers. There is genocide going on in Southern Cameroon. So they should not admit Cameroon government back to AGOA, because if they admit them, they will use that trade benefits and all those trade deals to the money that they will get from it is only to fight war. And we have realized that only dialogue, only negotiation can resolve the crisis, nothing more. So please call your senator, call your congressman, call them and tell them this is what is going on. We don't want Cameroon government to be reinstated into AGOA. We don't want it. Okay? We are very grateful with the Trump administration for this one. This was the first sanction that was given on Cameroon government, apart from the visa ban that was also given. But this one really was a very important step, and we are still grateful. You know, the American government has done a lot, especially when it comes to the struggle. They have also given the TPS, temporary protected status, to Southern Cameroonians who are here in America. So it's a good step. Okay, the visa ban was also very important, banning all those criminal government officials in La Republique in Yaoundé. Most of them cannot travel to America. If they come to America, they'll be arrested. So that's a good thing. So we see we are having a support from the United States. Okay, when I hear people saying that, oh, they prefer Russia, what has Russia done? America is passing bills every day about this crisis. People don't read along the line. What can Russia do? Russia can do nothing, because at this point they don't even have the finances. Okay, they too are suffering economic crisis. Why do you think they are going to attack Ukraine? They want more territories. They want more power. Okay, that power is not going to any other person. It's going to your own dignity. Okay, but what I'm saying here is that when we look at the effect of AGOA, we'll see how things have gone wrong for La Republique. Okay, now let's talk about this and this news coming from Buea. Okay, we'll be right back after this break. Thank you. Buea again. You okay? Buea, the capital of Amazonia, is flooded, heavy rain downpours, and we have heard that since the last flood, the government has not done, the government of Cameroon has not done anything to help the situation. Okay, this is the situation. Yeah, you can see there's heavy downpour. This is the breeze. We don't know the amount of destruction that was caused yet. We'll get the full version of the destruction. But as you can see, this is the heavy downpour in Buea, and it's really strong, you know. And this is another video about it. This is some destruction.
Yeah, we only try to cover some of the school
Real
properties.
destruction, man. It's
You can see the rain has actually
you can see
destroyed a lot of things here
that's
in the school. The stuffs are really gone.
Everything destroyed.
But today is the 19th of April, 2023. Wednesday.
This is
Buea.
where you know
These are the
if
stuff
the government has
of the
concern,
school
right?
that are truly exposed like this.
It is
all under the
really
rain.
crazy that
Here in Dongo,
you have a government
just
that is
exposed
not even
the
concerned
nursery
about the people, but they want to say one an
Dongo.
individual. They only
The
talk
class.
about one an
And the
individual.
roof is
But
off.
you don't see action,
Totally.
right?
The roof
You
is
don't see
totally
action.
off.
What
Yeah,
action have they done to prove?
Yeah, we are here at Dongo,
Yes, Buea.
the nursery school and part of the primary school, where the rains on this Wednesday in Buea had caused this destruction. Benches, the whole place wet and exposed and stuff. This is the roof that had been carried right there. The roof had been carried right to the field here. This is the roof of the nursery and primary school here in Dongo,
That is,
Buea, this Wednesday.
see, heavy downpour in Buea. See, that's the destruction. Houses, and you know, when we talk about this type of things, people don't understand why. Okay, there are many ways to prevent this type of flood by doing a good training system to prevent them, especially when this kind of rainfall. That's how you destroy property. Things are destroyed because the drainage system, even the wind direction, you can control wind through different means of direction. Control wind not to be too much on east or west or south or north. Okay, there are many ways, but if you neglect that, it's very difficult for you to do anything. Okay, now let's talk about this Cavaye. I still don't understand. If you are at certain age that you need to go and rest, you don't. I don't know why some politicians are so stingy that they don't see them retirement. Retiring for them is not on their agenda. Pa Cavaye is almost how many, maybe 100 years or 100. Look at Pa cannot even talk. But he's there. Let me show you. This is really funny because when I listen to this, I'm like, what is this man listening? And people are listening, you know. What is this man saying? Take a listen.
Je déclare clos les travaux de la première session ordinaire de notre Chambre pour l'année législative 2023. Vive l'Assemblée nationale, Vive son Excellence Paul Biya, Président de la République, chef de l'État, pour que vive le Cameroun, notre chef et beau pays. Je vous remercie. Je déclare clos les travaux.
This man cannot even walk. Talk less of, cannot even talk. Why do you still keep him there? And there are younger members of parliament that can be president of this parliament. They don't vote old people. They keep this man is old and cannot even address himself. You are keeping them there. There is a parliamentary session. People are sleeping. People are sleeping. They don't even know what they are doing. It's really sad. It's sad, but this is what is going on in a banana republic. Man cannot even walk. You keep him there. What kind of laws are you passing? What kind of bills are you enacting in that kind of where people don't even know what they are doing? They are old. Valedictorian. They call them valedictorian. Old people that don't even know what they are doing. You put them there. It's so funny. Listen to this man talking.
Les travaux de la première session ordinaire de notre Chambre pour l'année législative 2023. Vive l'Assemblée nationale, vive son Excellence Paul Biya, Président de la République, chef de l'État, pour que vive le Cameroun, notre chef.
Tell me if you listen, if you understood anything that he's saying, because me, I did not understand. It's just shameful to listen. Okay, very, very shameful to listen. I don't even want to listen to that. Okay, very, very shameful. So, last week we heard of the resignation of Capo Daniel when the audio was leaked, and you heard about the issues of that happened. Okay, but every day we have new information coming up, and I always like to share with you guys because things happen like that. And okay, and when we come back, I'm gonna bring you one comrade called Comrade PK. PK is gonna explain to you what he knows about Capo Daniel and Ayaba, and you're gonna understand how it works. Okay, so let's take this break and come back. Yes, so as we're talking, the issue of Capo Daniel and Ayaba is not over. You've heard many audios coming out about what he said, and I want you to listen a little bit from Capo Daniel, and you understand his grievances, and he's trying to explain to the people what made him resign and his conflict with Ayaba and what really happened. Okay,
that plane will be going for Yaoundé, or let alone maybe for Maryland. Today, my country people, the danger I saw in the decisions that were made by the AGOA and the president Dr. Cho Ayaba himself was something that was drifting and had caused us physical loss in Ambazonia. Imagine the thousands of prisoners whose names have been included in the list, and they were aware that they are coming out of prison. Imagine our people who are suffering. If you are not in touch with Ground Zero, you don't know what I mean that our people are suffering. Imagine the relief they could have had. Imagine all the generals we have lined up and educate them and gather research work that La Republic is going to get into a ceasefire where they will withdraw to their barracks. Only for a decision to be taken not to secure what we had already have in our hand. And at the end of the day, what was the reason? Dr. Cho Ayaba himself tell me, Capo Daniel, you know, there have been discussion within the organization that you have amassed so much power. And I say, Jesus Christ. So you were taking decision, rejecting positions that I was insisting. Because people who were feeding your ego by probably reflecting what you want or what you had discussed with them are concerned that Capo Daniel will become strong. No doubt, they refused me from even taking picture with my own people. Our people in Canada prepared themselves, brought in cameras, traveled from long distance to come and meet finally the Capo Daniel. And a ban was put. Do not even take a picture in Canada. Because they don't want people to see Capo Daniel, that man on the street, to be seen as a leader. Something that have not even crossed my mind. Decisions were taken to lose and keep our people in prison. For Sika say, they don't want to keep me some money shine past. How can I even comprehend this type of decision? We insisted and even become irritating to the international community. International partners called and begged for us to take the right decision. We lose everything, even when we had secured the most important thing. We had secured a commitment that includes independence. And nothing else should have mattered. Not even the fear that the Cristiano and the Sako are going to blackmail us that we have sold Ambazonia, because we know we have secured something that was great. And if Dr. Cho Ayaba take a decision against the public interest, and I protest, I insisted, we fought everybody. I mean, everybody was unanimous. And you take a decision simply because you don't want Capo Daniel to stand in front. They have been fighting me in every way, and I stay quiet. Even the podcast I put out there every day for our people, you tell me stop putting podcasts because you are
a lot of information there, but I want to bring PK, who knows much. You know, he has been with the ADF on, and I want to bring him to give some revelations here, because he knows some information about this incident. So I'll be bringing him to, yes, let me give him a chance to talk about that issue.
Thank you, Mr. Advocate. Thank you very much. This is PK, my 50. No need introduction, but for the rest who don't know, I just watch what is going on right now. The confusion set by the most recalcitrant fellow for this struggle, Capo Daniel. As I said before, Ambazonians will suffer, they will see it because of their attitude of indifference. When something happens, a lot of people, they sit quiet. Even those who have been hurt, they sit quiet. A very bad attitude, that because it actually gives wings to those people who they want to actually do their mischief. You know, Ambazonians build up Capo Daniel because they allow people to do what they do. So they're not going to be surprised. You know, I don't like to make live audio, but I'm getting to make this one just a short one so that at least it will be a testimony of my my own resilience of pointing the finger to that same person. You see, Capo Daniel is not as stupid as people think. We know his limitations. But right. Capo Daniel is playing a high game of chess. Capo don't hurt every rational human being for this revolution. Capo don't hurt almost all the organizations we don't be part of. He belongs to the IG and dissed the IG. Insulted them, compared them to nothing. He was once with the biggest RC of General RK, the place where we make actually first stunt.
Correct.
Use Connie to get inside. He came out and blackmailed RK. Now, Chaglen, we've been a colleague for BSRCF, my biggest opponent. You see, now, he entered AGOA, ADF, did everything, performed just what, I mean, according to the revolutionary workbook of the ADF and the AGOA, and then left with the own reasons. Now, ADF against the AGOA and Ayaba. What does that tell you? It tells you Capo just start.
Right.
You see, Capo be like a bird will fall out of the nest. So he didn't have to ground the struggle, seeking for sympathy from maybe other free birds. Capo know very well said the people of AGOA, they will share with you a lot of things that have been a real foundation for this struggle. And as he don't fall away from their favor, Capo get to now seek for new alliances to consolidate a virtual power.
Right.
So the first thing we do, now see he get to destroy the AGOA, for point to the AGOA as the villain. Like if the goodie try to correct things, because if they use some particular word now, we in use them very often. They call the word say patriot. Capo say the patriot.
Patriots.
See, he emphasized the word patriot. You see what I mean? What before was nationalist, now it's patriot. Okay? Good. So, because there's a big difference between nationalism and patriotism.
Right.
Actually, in a place like Europe, nationalism is seen actually negatively. But patriotism is not bad, it's not bad. You see what I mean? So, Capo now is in a free fall, and he get to wash himself clean of the AGOA ADF by pointing at the AGOA ADF like a bad organization. We want to straighten up for the sake of the people, the Amazonian people, them, because he be patriot. The other ones are really patriot. But you're not talking about, you know, that's the implication.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Right.
So we'll not be surprised. We just be actually, you know, excited because a lot of people now they see what we talk over the years. How many times people talk a bit jealous of Capo Daniel? Just because I called, you know, I talked something very, very pertinent. Just last 2 weeks. Man Najela talks a bit jealous of their anti-kidnapping side. Allah, so no problem. There be no problem. So anyway, that's part of being in a collective where you have people with different ambition. But the game has just started. The game has just started. I suspect Capo very much. Say Capo, the only people they be left if you align with Capo, that the delusional ones, and secondly, those in which they will be initiated for the certain things, where you always have them in society.
Right.
You see what I mean? So it's a free-for-all revolution. It's a zero marginal cost revolution. So everybody be actually create a group, put in them and do everything and move on.
That's true.
There's no judgment. There's nothing. Nobody can sanction you. So that's how it is. And let's watch. Let's just see what's going on. Thank you, guys. But until
thank you. That is a good one, man. Because you know we tell people we don't hate anybody in this struggle. We criticize, correct, give checks and balance, trying to make sure that people are straight upright in the struggle. You know, that it has nothing to do with personalities of people's personal life or people hate or like. It has nothing to do with that. When you are leader or you have any posts of responsibility, you will be checked. Okay, if not, you have to shift beside. If you don't want people to talk about your leadership skills, your efficiency, your effectiveness, your capability of your responsibilities, you should pack and go. But if you are ready to lead, you must have thick skin. We call it thick skin because that is the skin that leaders has. When leader have those thick skin, means that when people talk much about you, know that they have seen something wrong. Okay, many people cannot be saying something every day, saying something when you are doing the right thing. There's something wrong. Okay, and real leaders are good listeners. They listen carefully. If you don't listen, how do you correct things? You keep making the same mistake over and over and over. Do you expect different result? So we have seen this trend move from all those folds, and that's why we are trying to put them in that perspective. Okay, and we hope that with that, things are gonna be going somehow. Okay, yes. Let's listen to our mamas, and we'll come back after this song from our Mama Amba. Okay. Thank you, our Mama Amba. Those are our mothers, proud of their children, what their children are doing. They call themselves Mama Amba. Yes, Mama Ambazonia. They are very proud of the fight, the resistance, the resilience of their children. Okay, if you see what the Takubeng used to do, we remember the Takubeng. We remember those women that used to march and speak out, and very forceful women. This is another example of Takumbeng, that they used to say, this is what we want. We stand on our ground. I'm also still remembering other women that have marched in the past. We saw the Ekona women, we saw the Kumba women, we saw the different women that marched and went to the, to call for the release of their children. That is what we call women power. Okay, women power, and we're seeing it here as from our Mama Amba, as they're singing. Okay, then we hear now that the governor of Northern Zone is saying that La Republic has been defeated. The military leader in that Northern Zone also said that they don't think that their military can win this war. Okay, look at this governor now. He's blaming now the funds. I thought that all the funds are under supporting the CPGM. They don't have House of Fund again. I know that they have a House of Fund. So what is the House of Fund doing? They should rally all the funds and... You cannot force a people against their wish. You can do whatever you can, but when the people say no, they mean it. The people of Ambazonia have said no. They don't want you people. Governors are not elected. Senators not elected. SDO not elected. You carry people from different area, come and be governing people. The same thing that they did in the in the colonial days. And this modern era, you are still colonizing people. We need an elected governor from each zone, and We need elected senators, not appointed senators, not appointed mayors. Democracy is for the people, not for the government. That is why anybody that is there should be elected by the people, should be from that area, by that people they want, they know the person that they are elected. This governor from in Northern Zone, Lebia Africa, who know where he's coming from? Who know what he has been doing before? They just appoint him to come and be heading people in Northern Zone. The one in a Southern Zone, Okala Bilai. Who knows him? Nobody. He's coming there and be giving orders to funds and chiefs. The SDO is there giving orders to funds and chiefs. As who? They are colonial people. That's why we call them colonial SDO, colonial governor, colonial because these are people who they are still following the French system of governance. Okay, they have not changed. And when you do that, you make the people of Ambazonia as exploited. Okay, you make them look inferior. If we don't kick them out, they will still stay there and be doing this thing. We don't want people who are not elected in our area. We want a democratically elected people. That is what we want. And if they keep staying there, that's their problem. Okay? That's their problem. So let's just know that things are not going to be the same. If the government or the military of La Republic could not win the people of Amazonia, when the people of Amazonia had no material, how do they think that they can win them now? That is a question they should be asking themselves. You cannot come to somebody's land, occupy the land, and you want them people to fold their hands and be watching you smiling. I've never seen that. They should know that they are in an occupied territory, and the people must fight back. The people cannot live without fighting back. Okay? We have the draft coming up on Sunday. Please be on the draft. The draft is coming up. Lebia. Okay? Without the draft, we cannot have revenue to keep on the resistance. The movement is still going on. We know many people will be tired, but there are people who are still fighting on. Okay? The walls of Jericho must come down. We are still marching on, marching to victory. I know people are tired, and that is a technique of La Republic. La Republic want to drag it so that some people will be tired. Some people say, "Man, down at itself, we don't tire." No. There are countries that fought for their independence for 20 years. Sudan and South Sudan, they fought for almost 20 years. We are in our 6 to 7 years now. But it's the resistance that wins any crisis. Okay? The resistance. Okay? How long can you have that endeavor to sustain? That is what wins a battle. Okay? How can we endure? How can we keep the battle going? That is what is gonna win. Okay? So don't listen to somebody telling you nonsense. Okay? We're in the right path. Okay? I'll tell you today, there are many countries that are behind us, but they don't want to come out there for one reason or the other. But they say we have a just cause. Okay? And all countries that voted for independence cannot take it back. You cannot vote because you cannot vote for somebody that you take back the independence vote. It cannot happen. So our own fight is already ordained by God. Yes, because we are not fighting for independence. We are fighting to restore okay, to restore what has already been given to us. So it's different. We are not fighting for independence. Yes, it's just restoration. So I just want to thank you guys. Know that we have draft on Sunday, Lebia Lem draft. As you can see the flyer. So please, let's keep fighting. Field Marshal the King. That is Field Marshal. Look at him. He fought so hard. Okay. Let's know that this thing lives on. Okay. So most of us who pass away, we are not fighting for ourselves. Field Marshal was not fighting for himself. He was fighting for the generation. We are not fighting for ourselves. We are fighting for the future generation. Where is Mandela today? Where is Martin Luther King? Where is Indira Gandhi? Where is Stephen Biko? Where are they? They fought and live and make the future generation happy. Those are the work of revolutionaries. Those are the work of activists. Those are the work of anyone that is fighting for a struggle like this one. So when I see people fighting for those issues, I just say, well, fighting for leadership has no problem. Yeah. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Thank you.